So you're riding down the road and you see an old abandoned billboard. You think you want to try to buy it, but you don't have the funds to go out and pay all cash for it. And you're trying to figure out the best way to facilitate a purchase agreement for that type of scenario. And really, it doesn't matter if it's abandoned, it could be just underperforming, or any type of scenario where you're not sure what type of dollar amount you can sell those ads for. So you want to go about buying the billboard in a little bit safer route. What I would do is a 5-year management agreement with the option to purchase the billboard for a predetermined fixed amount at any time during those 5 years. So when you're talking with the owner, you're going to say, hey, this billboard hasn't had an ad on it for the past 5 years. So we don't know what the ads will sell for. We don't know what type of demand there is for the ads. We don't know what type of expenses we're going to have getting the billboard back up into tip-top shape. It might be, if it's got lights on it, you might have to replace some bulbs or ballast or swap them to LED or any type of electrical issues. You might be some other expenses going along with it. Hopefully you can go ahead and ask him, what type of money were you thinking about selling this billboard for in the current state? And then the idea is to negotiate a somewhat reasonable price based on the billboard's current value right now. So that would be semi-dilapidated, needs some work, no current revenue going on. And that would be on the lower end of the spectrum for what you'd be offering for that billboard. And then hopefully you go ahead and determine that amount and also say, once I buy it for this amount, I'll also give you this much for the land rent for having it on your land for 20 or 30 years or however long. And once all that's predetermined, then you say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go ahead and sell these ads here under the management portion of this agreement. And I'm going to market the billboard, sell the ads, get the ads designed, get the ads posted, send out the invoices, collect the revenue. And then at the end of that month, any revenue that I have collected, I'm going to split it out 50-50. I'm going to get 50% for doing all of that work. And then you're going to get 50% because you currently own the billboard right now. Now, what that's going to be able to do is you're going to figure out what type of demand it is in the area for those ads. You're going to figure out how much you can sell the ads for, how much expenses go on with operating the billboard, how much time is involved with operating the billboard. You need to figure out if the billboard currently is permitted. You need to get your license if you don't already have an operating license. And all of that stuff you're going to be able to figure out without actually dumping a lump sum of money into that billboard, especially if you don't have the money or if you're just starting out. So the other good thing about this is if you are able to successfully sell the ads at a market rate, and you should have a lot of equity built into that structure when you go to close on it. So if you've predetermined that your price is going to be, we're just making this up, but $20,000 or $30,000 or however much, then if you sell the ads for $600 on one side and $500 on the other side, you're going to have some equity built into that structure because you're not just buying the structure without any revenue anymore. You're buying the structure with monthly revenue, which is worth a lot more than just the structure by itself. So it's a true win-win for you, and it's a win-win for the guy that owns it too, because he's not getting anything right now. On the other side of the equation, if you go 5 years and never sell the first ad, well, you're not out anything. And if anything, at least you didn't pay $30,000 for the structure, and then you weren't able to sell any ads on it. So that would be even worse, especially if you were just starting out and this was your first deal. So anyway, that's a cautionary way to go about getting your feet wet to buy your first structure. If it's an independently owned structure that someone has and they're not currently producing any revenue with it, it seems like it's a win-win for everyone, and they should be open to it. So that's how I would go about it.